The best doom metal album ever?
Up last, one of the best freaking doom metal albums out there, Beyond the Crimson Horizon by Solitude Aeturnus. Awesome, awesome album. One of my favorite albums just of all time. Just great doom metal album, super epic, fantastic vocals. It's just everything about it is good.
Hi, welcome to VC Recommends I Listen with Garage Geek. So I want to thank my guest host, This Is Music. Now, he really recommended this album, saying that it was unequivocally the best doom metal album ever made. And when he said that, I knew I needed to listen. So I did. Solitude Aeturnus, Beyond the Crimson Horizon. The group name is called Solitude Aeturnus. And the album is Beyond the Crimson Horizon. This album came out in 1992, and it's the second studio album from Solitude Aeturnus. Now, they are an American epic doom metal band from Texas, United States, founded in 1987, so that would mean that this album came out 5 years after they started. The name Solitude was chosen as an homage to Black Sabbath and Candlemass, both of whom had songs that were named Solitude. Now, this original album from 1992 had 8 songs, but later it had 2 bonus tracks. Unfortunately, I didn't get the version with the 2 bonus tracks. Now, the one thing that I could say unequivocally about this album is it definitely has a lead singer with very impressive vocals. Now, like I said, there are 8 songs on this album, and I'm going to go through each. Song number 1 is called Seeds of the Desolate. Now, in this song, there is so much alliteration. In fact, let's talk for a second about the lyrics. A lot of the lyrics throughout this album are very fantasy-oriented. I will talk about some of them along the way. So I have a photo of some of the lyrics, and so go ahead and look. There's a lot of repetition of S's and C's within this first few lines of the song. So you're going to hear this really high-pitched voice that actually can have a lot of depth to it. It is perfect for this type of music. So this album starts off very strong. And in fact, I'm going to say that all of the songs are very strong in this album. And I couldn't pick one as a real standout. So if you just want to listen to one song and get an idea about this band, just listen to the first one, Seeds of the Desolate. Number 2, Black Castle. So on this song, you're going to hear about torchlit halls and dragons' lairs and silent swords. But overall, this song has a theme, I think, of deceit and lies. However, throughout this entire album, I feel that the lyrics are very secondary to the music and the mood that the music creates. What an excellent job he does singing on this. Song number 3 is called The Final Sin. It starts with this weird horror music sounds before the drums start pounding. Now, this song mentions greed a lot, so I'm going to say that that's the theme. On this song, also, the vocals are given some kind of reverb or something like that, which gives it depth. It gives a really interesting touch to this song. The 4th song is It Came Upon One Night. Now, many of the songs in this album have long opening instrumental passages before going into the main song. And so this is one of those songs. It's got about a minute melodic opening. Now, many of the lyrics of this song are about bad weather, equaling the evil nature within some people. In parts on this song, there is a dark voice that joins the high-pitched singing, and it's a really good duetic effect. Number 5 is called The Hourglass. And this also has about a minute of introduction. And it also has a dark voice that joins in minimally in certain parts. And as you can guess from the title, this one is about the impenetrability of time. Not being able to go into the future or into the past. Something like that. Again, these lyrics are very fantasy oriented. Number 6 is Beneath the Fading Sun. Again, this has another melodic opening with wind sounds and then a kind of acoustic guitar. I don't like to use the word acoustic because maybe I don't know exactly what that means. It's a guitar playing by itself. But I think it's hooked into an amp, so maybe that's not acoustic guitar. Again, this one has fantasy lyrics about empty halls and families that have been torn apart. So this song has 2 parts. It's got a softer part before the rocking part. And so I recorded a snippet of the softer side to give you some idea of the variety in the album. Remember, a lot of the songs have different openings before the rockier parts. And so the snippets I've chosen have mostly been from the rocky parts because it involves the singer. And so now you're going to get a little bit of the softer side. Number 7 is Plague of Procreation. Now this title makes me laugh. Plague of Procreation. Reading into the lyrics, it says that procreation is our doom, but it seems it didn't mean procreation in the sense of having babies. It seemed to be that there was some kind of mirror images and that these images were distorted and this procreation came about in the mirrored images. Again, this is fantasy, and I mean, I didn't delve into the lyrics too deeply, but it's kind of interesting. So very fantasy oriented. Again, you also get lyrics about bloody swords and enemies attacking. And we come to the 8th song, which is Beyond ... So this seems to be an instrumental, but Spotify had lyrics to it. It was weird. Now I'm going to give this song a couple bonus points because of the creepy bells that come in the middle. Of course, this reminds me of the initial track on Black Sabbath, but anytime you have creepy bells, it's just going to heighten the mood. That's a good way to end the album as well. So do I believe that this is the best Doom album ever made? Well, I can't say. I haven't listened to many Doom albums, but this is a very, very strong album that I enjoyed very much. I want to thank This Is Music for recommending it so highly. I'm really glad I listened to it. But I have one real big gripe about this album, and that's the cover art. There was something really bothering me, and I zeroed in on it. Let's look at the letters. When you zoom in on the letters, you can see that the inner part of the album, the letters aren't shaded in or outlined like the rest. This, for some reason, this really bothered me. So I went ahead and fixed it. I shaded it in for them. Something else that bothered me about the cover art is that the album is called Beyond the Crimson Horizon. Does the artist know what crimson means? So this needed to be fixed. So I went ahead and fixed that as well. So now let's go ahead and look at the new and improved cover art for this album. So again, I hope you've enjoyed my first VC recommends for the new year of 2023. Again, I want to thank This Is Music for recommending this. Oh, must have been like a month or two ago, but I've been just so busy I never got around to it. I've been listening to it repeatedly in my list, but I finally got around to doing this on my vacation. So what a great way to start the new year with a really, really strong album. Again, I want to thank you for your support.